If not for anything, I think it's just to see what it's like and just kind of imagine what people lived like at that time, how they survived at that time, walking all these mountains. And again, I say it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're not a new subscriber, and welcome. If you are a new subscriber, I hope you like it here and I hope you stay. I hope you subscribe and all of that good stuff. So keeping this intro short and sweet, in today's video I'm going to be talking about places that you can visit if you are in Georgia or you are planning on visiting here. Okay, I'm kind of sort of in my exploring era and I've been looking for places to go to, and if you have as well, I hope this video helps. If it doesn't, just like the video, okay? But yeah, if you end up visiting any of these places, then please let me know in the comments, or if this video ignites your desire or decision to leave Tbilisi, if you're in Tbilisi or any other city or region or wherever you're watching this from, then yeah, please let me know as well. I made a list talking about, the history of these places, and I'm going to be giving you guys a B-roll as well, showing you some clips I was able to find on the internet, which is crazy because it's actually harder than it looks. I'm just like, see, people don't document. I didn't see video to FAP. It was so hard, but yeah, please like this video, subscribe and all of that. So I'm going to be reading the history on my phone because it's just too much information for me to cram, okay? I don't even have the brain I don't even have the energy to cram right now. The first on the list is actually the botanical gardens, and this is actually a very popular one here. It's a beautiful oasis in the heart of Tbilisi. Some of the plant species that are found here are, endemic to the Caucasus region here, and it also serves as a landmark for the Narikala Fortress as well as the Tbilisi sulfur baths. So it's very beautiful, it's very big. I actually have a vlog. This one is on my channel where I went there. It's so large that it was impossible to go through the whole thing in one day, or at least at the time that I went, because I'm always doing my activities very late. So it's usually hard for me to cover a lot when I don't start the day early. But yeah, it's very big, it's very beautiful. You can see the Narikara Fortress from the garden, and yeah, I believe there is actually a gate fee there. No, I believe there is a gate fee there of about 4 lari when I went, and you get to walk around, take pictures, and it's so beautiful. It's so green. I can't get over how green this place is. It's such a... The difference is a lot coming from where I live, which is a metropolitan city. So I mean, there's not gonna be a lot of green there, okay? So yeah, I highly recommend you go there. It's just such a calm scenery, and why not? Why not? The next location is actually in Tbilisi as well. It's Tatsminda Park. I hope I'm pronouncing it well and I'm not butchering it. And the history behind this is it was actually a botanical garden. I thought that was so cool when I found that out. And it was discovered in the 19th century by a botanist. Actually, his name was Joseph Keller. But I think in the 1930s, it was this was during the Soviet era. It was renamed to Stalin Park in honor of Joseph Stalin, who was actually born in Georgia. And then in the 1980s, it was renamed to Tatsminda Park. Tatsminda Park. And ownership moved to a private body. The park serves as a popular attraction for both tourists and locals. And there are rides, there are attractions, it's such a beautiful place, and there is a panoramic view of the city from the top. It's so beautiful. It's actually so beautiful. So yeah, that's like the little history I was able to gather from Tatsminda Park. There are a lot of activities. It's actually insane. Games, food, and whatnot. I actually have a video and I'm probably going to link it here where I went. The next place I'm going to talk about is actually out of Tbilisi, and I'm actually going to be reading this because it's kind of a lot and the information was also a lot. So this is Vardzia. It's a cave monastery complex located in the southern part of Georgia. It was built in the 12th century during the reign of Queen Tamar of Georgia, one of the most powerful monarchs in Georgian history. It was actually constructed as a defensive structure and served as refuge for the Georgian people during the Mongol invasion. The complex consists of more than 600 caves, including churches, chapels, living quarters, and other facilities. It also features a unique irrigation system which provided water to the inhabitants. Over the century, Vardzia suffered various damages, including an earthquake in the 13th century, an invasion by various foreign powers. However, it was continually inhabited until the 16th century, when it was abandoned due to the Ottoman invasion. Today, Vardzia is a popular tourist destination and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is considered a masterpiece of medieval Georgian architecture and an important symbol of Georgia's cultural and religious heritage. It's so beautiful. When I saw the videos and the pictures, I just thought, like, how were people climbing here back to back daily? I'm just like, I can't imagine how strong their calves and their thighs and their booty were, because bruh, it looked very stressful. It looked really stressful, but you know, the area generally is so beautiful. There's so much green there. It's so, like, when I say green, I mean, like, you guys know what I mean. Plants, trees, like the air is so chef's kiss. Another place is the David Garaja Monastery. So if you don't know what a monastery is, it's basically a building or a bunch of buildings where monks or religious individuals live under religious vows. They devote their time and their life to the God that they believe in. It's not just limited to Christians, Jews as well, Taoism, and one other religion I can't remember. I read it a while back. So yes, that's basically what a monastery is. So the David Garaja Monastery is a very popular location or site for people to visit in Georgia. A complex of rock hewn monasteries located at the border between Georgia and Azerbaijan in the Caucasus region of Georgia. The history dates back to the 6th century when Saint David Garjeli, one of the 13 Assyrian fathers, founded a monastic community in this remote and arid area. Over the centuries, David Garaja Monastery became an important center of Georgian Orthodox Christianity and a major pilgrimage site. The complex consists of about 20 monasteries, churches, and cave dwellings carved into the cliffs, as well as a network of tunnels and underground chambers. David Garaja Monastery played an important role in the cultural and spiritual life of Georgia, but it also had a strategic importance due to its location on the border with Azerbaijan. The complex was frequently attacked and pillaged by foreign invaders, including the Arabs, Mongols, and Persians. In the 17th and 18th century, David Garaja Monastery was restored and expanded by the Georgian king Erikle II, who built several new churches, fortifications. However, in the 19th century, the complex was once again raided and partially destroyed by the Persians and Ottoman armies. In the 20th century, David Garaja Monastery became a subject of territorial disputes between Georgia and Azerbaijan, as the border between the two countries was drawn through the middle of the complex. The dispute was resolved in the early 2000s, and the monastery is now jointly managed by the Georgian and Azerbaijan authorities. Today, the monastery is a popular tourist destination and a symbol of Georgian culture and spirituality. It is also recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And one thing I realized from all of the history, their history is so rich. It dates back so many centuries. It makes me so envious that, so much of their history is actually preserved here. So much. You have history from the 6th century. I think it was Vardzia. I was like, the Queen Tamar was the first queen here. I'm like, that is so cool. If for that, I think it's cool to learn about, things like that, and appreciate the fact that, things like this are still very much preserved. You have churches dating back to 6th century, 13th century. It's mind-blowing to me. So the next location is called Uplistsikhe. Oh, guys, I hope I'm not butchering these names, but oh well. If I am, please show mercy. And this, like Vardzia, it's a cave city, and its history dates as far back as the 6th century BC. Again, preserved history. I'm jealous. Also, the city was an important center for pagan worship, and later on it became a strategic fortress during various invasions from the nations that were invading Georgia at that time. In the 9th and 10th century, had about 20,000 people living there. It fell to ruin, and it was kind of abandoned around the 13th century, likely due to the various invasions that were going on around that time. Over time, the place fell into ruin, and in the 19th century, it was rediscovered, and it is a popular tourist location, and UNESCO identifies as a World Heritage Site. It's so beautiful, the pictures I saw. It looks so good, and yeah, it looks like they were getting a lot of cardio done at that time. You can't tell me nothing. If not for anything, I think it's just to see what it's like and just kind of imagine what people lived like at that time, how they survived at that time, walking all these mountains. And again, I say it, they were probably very healthy with all that walking, because child, and if you don't know, here is a mountainous nation, bruh, so many mountains. And I just think about how these places were carved. Places are people's homes, and when you see the carvings, you kind of wonder, like, how did they individually use like carving things to like shape out the stuff? I'm just thinking, how long did that take? I wish there was like a camera at that time. Sometimes history is so nice. Sometimes it really is, and it just makes you think. It really makes you think. And the last on today's list is the one, the only, Batumi. If you don't know, if you live here, everybody has heard of Batumi, and even people who don't even come to Tbilisi go straight to Batumi. It's one of the most popular places besides Tbilisi. So I don't think I need to go into a lot of details about this, but I'm just going to give you guys a B-roll and just tell you a little bit about the history of the place. Okay, with Batumi, it's a coastal city located in the southwestern part of Georgia, near the border with Turkey. The city has a diverse history that dates back to the ancient times. The earliest known inhabitants are actually Greek, who founded a colony called Bathes in the 8th century. The city was an important trading center and port for the Greeks and later the Romans, Byzantines, and Persians. In the Middle Ages, Batumi was part of the Georgian kingdom of Caucasus and later the United Georgian Kingdom. During this period, the city became a center for trade and culture, and many significant architectural and cultural monuments were built. In the 19th century, Batumi was annexed by the Russian Empire, and it became an important commercial and industrial center. The city's port was modernized and new infrastructure was built, including a railway that connected Batumi to major cities in the region. Yes, you can take a train there from Tbilisi. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, Batumi became part of the independent Republic of Georgia. The city underwent a period of economic decline in the 1990s, but has since experienced significant growth and development, particularly in the tourism and real estate sectors. Today, Batumi is the bustling city that combines its rich history with modern amenities and attractions, making it a popular destination from tourists around the world. And basically, that sums it up. It truly is one of the popular tourist destinations here. Hope you guys visit any of these places, and if you do, let me know. If you got to this point of the video, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another video. And if you enjoyed this type of video and you want me to do things of this nature, let me know. I will be happy to dig deep into the interweb and find more things to talk about. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.